Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP finally woke up and talked to a lawyer. Let's begin. My wife had a month-long online relationship. Is it possible to repair? Posted by Reddit user Sword9mm.
My wife and I are high school sweethearts, and we've been together for 20 years, married for 10. She is my best friend, and we've had an awesome life together. After 20 years, I guess maybe we had grown a little complacent, but in my head, we were all good. We just got back from an awesome summer vacation. She's an educator, and I just bought her an engagement ring upgrade. Well, it turns out she went to a work conference around that time, and she started an online relationship with this guy she met. According to her, there was nothing physical at the conference, but they started messaging back and forth. She messaged him first, and he would occasionally say inappropriate things. Again, according to her, there was no sexting. However, she conveniently did all this on Instagram, where the messages and photos disappeared, so I have no proof of what actually happened. They messaged back and forth almost daily for nearly a month before I found out. Now that this has come to light, she is apologizing profusely and is begging me to stay together. She swears this is the only time this has happened. I agreed to consider therapy on the condition that she be 100% honest and transparent. Unfortunately, she is still omitting truths that I discovered later, and she deleted a few other text threads with male co-workers. I found them and there is nothing sexual, maybe a bit flirty, but she still felt the need to delete them. In general, she's a very flirty person, and I've always just chalked it up to her extrovert personality. She's claiming she wanted more positive attention and admiration, which I admit I could be better in this department, but I don't think I completely neglect this. She said it was a rush when the guy would say positive things about her. She claims they would mostly swap stories related to their profession and the positive things they were doing as educators. I'm obviously heartbroken. I'm also really questioning her character, as this man was married with children. We have none, but have been trying unsuccessfully for a year. I can't eat or sleep. I guess I'm just looking for some advice. Am I overreacting at all? Is there a path to trusting her again? Has anyone been in a similar situation and worked it out? Should I just move on? Update. Well, you were all right. She just kept trickle-tithing me day after day. I still don't know the whole truth, but everything was much worse than she made it out to be. She held my hands and looked into my eyes and continued to lie. As of now, she left to stay with a friend, and I will be reaching out to a lawyer first thing Monday. Thanks for all the advice.
And then, we have this comment exchange between OP and Reddit user Slip and Jimmy.
Man, you just hit the tip of the iceberg. She is lying, hiding things, and more shit happened. By the way, how did you find out about this initially? She had been on her phone a lot more lately and was being a bit jumpy. We got into an argument about this and I asked to see her phone. She handed it over, but when she saw I was going to messages, she freaked out. It turned out she half confessed to her best friend recently, and she didn't want me to see that thread. She came to me a few hours later and confessed. So on top of what I wrote in my last post, she wasn't the one to confess. Tell her you are going to take her phone to a professional store to get all the deleted shit and see how she reacts.
This is how I got my boss's job and my co-workers a 15% raise. Posted by a throwaway Reddit account.
Hey Reddit, I can finally share my story because now it is all over. I am on mobile. Also, English isn't my mother language, and this is my first post ever on Reddit, so please be gentle, and sorry for the long post. To the backstory. This all happened in an European country, I won't say which one, sorry. I did my apprenticeship in a mid to big size factory as a machine operator. After I completed my apprenticeship, I worked in the production for around 1 month. Then I got called into the office and they asked me if I could do some holiday replacement. So I said yes, why not? Better hours and clean work. I got taught the systems, which was pretty easy because I manufactured those parts for 1 year. After my coworker came back from their vacation, they asked me to stay and become a part of their team. So I said yes, sounds good. So I was now working in the sales and quality department. Now to the present time, 7 years later. Our team increased from 5 workers to 15 because of restructuring, which helped us a lot. My boss retired last fall, and after Christmas, we got a new young boss around my age who was a major asshole and sexist. We got a few weeks before him, a new hire, a lovely young girl which I trained. If you are new, you are doing some error, which is totally fine in my opinion. So, I came in last Tuesday to hear my new boss screaming like a maniac at this young girl. I asked her what happened and she said she filled in the wrong form, which happens even to me. My boss noticed it and screamed at her. I paraphrase it. Boss, you stupid little slut, how dumb can you be to fill out the wrong form? I should fire you and make sure that you never find any work in this field again. My coworker started crying at this point. Then my boss stormed into his office and slammed the door shut. I asked my coworker if she's okay and she was still sobbing, so I brought her a coffee and took her to our office. Grandma, everyone loves here so much. I was at this point pretty pissed and told everyone what happened. After they learned what he did to our new coworker, 3 stormed into his office and quit after 25 years in this company. My boss said to them that they are worthless and overpaid. They told us that and a plan was formed. Everyone will quit except for me for now. What my boss didn't know yet is we had a huge customer audit happening in 3 weeks, which I am the only certified to prepare for. If we fail this, it would cost us 15 to 20 million euros and the customer would pull the contract. So after my boss learned that the whole department quit except for me, he was even more pissed. Boss, hey, why the hell did everyone quit? Me, maybe because you are asshole and a sexist pig. Boss, what did you just say, you asshole? Me, you know what I said, and do you remember the big audit in 3 weeks by customer X? Boss, yeah, what's about that? Me, you know that I am the only one certified to prepare it, right? Boss, yeah, and me, I quit as well because I do not want to work for such an asshole. Boss, see you, and walked right out to my other coworkers to say goodbye to the whole factory. The production VP noticed it and asked what happened, so I told him and he was pissed. He called the CEO, which I knew pretty well, and said, Robert, the shit hit the fan big time, come down to the production floor now. The CEO asked if it's important and the VP said if you want to pass the audit in 3 weeks then move your ass down here now. So the CEO came running down with the entire C-suite and asked what's so important. Then I piped up and said our whole department quit today and won't come back until this motherfucker of boss gets removed and fired. Then they asked what happened and we told them. They were mad and asked how they could fix it. I said fire him and hire a better fit. Because I held the most trainings and qualifications. They asked me, which I gladly said yes. So we took off to my new office with my old department and the CEO in tow. My boss saw me and said arrogantly, decided to came back and beg for your job back, you little retard. Me, no, just to inspect my new office because you are fired by now. He laughed and said that I am under him and only the CEO can fire him. So the CEO came around the little corner and said to my boss, get the fuck out of my company, you are fired and I will make sure every company knows what you did. My ex-boss was white as a sheet. After that the CEO called the police and reported him trespassing. In the end I got a 70k raise and a bonus option which I declined and asked if we can split it for my coworkers. I don't need that much money, 1 million euro worth of bonuses. My CEO agreed and everyone got their job back and we complete the audit without any fails. The customer was happy and so we were too. If you have questions, I will answer them in the comments.
€1 million bonus for an employee in sales. Yeah, sure, whatever makes you happy, man. Thank you for providing us an entertaining revenge fantasy story. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.